Hello, welcome to my channel, Becoming Bev. Today I'm coming to you from our campground in Fredericktown, Missouri. We named the campground Fred Rock. In today's video, Larry will be giving you an update on where we're at with my van upgrade. He's been putting in lots of hours and lots of hard work to make my van better. A few people have asked me why the upgrade, why the change. There's a two-part answer to that. One part is an upgrade in the electrical systems. So we're putting in some pretty good battery power. That'll help me not to have to juggle around the electricity so much between boondocking and having an electrical hookup. Another reason for this upgrade is storage. When you're living in a van or spending a significant amount of time in the van, you begin to realize that having accessible storage from inside the van is critical, and every inch counts. You'll see in this video what a huge upgrade just that kitchen cabinet is, to have drawer space. Now, another reason that I wanted to do this van build is that Larry is interested in getting in the van conversion business, and he needed to get a couple under his belt. I think Larry is doing an amazing job with my van. I think you'll think so too. And he's already got his next build lined up. My friend Barbie bought a van and she's going to be dropping it off with Larry as soon as he's finished with mine. So he's got his next build lined up and he's looking to create this as a part-time business. So I felt like by having Larry do my van build, it would also help him out too to get his new business up and running. If you want to know more about the specifics of the van build, I suggest you go over to Larry's channel, Ramblin' Man Conversions. I'll put a link to that in the video description. And in his videos, he goes into a lot more detail about how he's doing things and exactly what and why he's doing. So if this is interesting to you, please go check out Larry's channel. So there are two favorite things that I loved about Larry's video updates. And after you watch the video, if you can guess what my two favorite things were, leave me a comment and I'll let you know if you get that right or not.
Glue that I'm using, yes, it's Gorilla Glue, but that's not the important part. I think it's a polyurethane glue. This Gorilla Wood glue is so much better than the older white or yellow glues. This stuff, once it's on there, is you can't rip it off. I use a brad nailer, to hold everything in place so I don't deal with a bunch of clamps. The nails serve absolutely no purpose once this glue dries. If you doubt the strength of the Gorilla Glue, you can go ahead and stack your drawers up to dry, but I should have known better. Here's the shelf. Oh yeah, my helpers are still helping. Building some drawer fronts. As nice as these drawer slides are from a locking standpoint, functionality and holding weight, they're just not real attractive. It leaves you a nice gap all the way around the drawer and bulky blue latches. She'll bling these with some sequins or something. I've already got one drawer front on the bottom to try to close up some of this gap. Here's the upper one, and that will really clean up the look of these cabinets. The kitchen cabinet's going to be here. You do have to notch around the hardware. If somebody's got a better idea how to do that so that I don't see it, send me a picture because I want to do something different. So in addition to the rear drawer, we've got this nice shelf and storage area at the bottom. I believe she's going to use for her camp chairs, tripods, large items. So this fits right here in the top. We got the solar panel shelf, whatever you want to call it, built into the drawer that we constructed last night. It stows in place right here and it just lifts out. We've got some shelf material around the drawer to support the weight. This is going to work out really well. You're just going to pull the drawer out, grab the solar panel, and you can use it, or now you can access everything in the back of the drawer. Happy with that? fits nice and flush, didn't waste any space, and it looks really good. Well, I've learned a lesson several times in the past, and I almost didn't remember it this time. I was getting ready to glue the top onto this cabinet, and right before I did it, I said, oh no. When you get ready to stain and seal this thing, having the top on is miserable because you've got to reach up in every compartment. So last night I was able to do a lot of the polyurethane in all of these drawer slides and all the cabinets. The inverter showed up from Amazon today, and this was a last minute addition. We're planning so much battery that we thought we could support a pretty big inverter. So I test fitted into this cabinet where we were going to do the plumbing chase and the wiring through here, and it was just a little bit short. But I was able to resolve the problem by just mounting the shelf to the bottom of the cleat that I'd already installed. It's going to work out really well. This cabinet, this area right in here, is one of the better ventilated parts of the build because it's open on this back side. There's several inches here between this and the door. And I'm also going to drill some vent holes in the back of this cabinet here so this heat sink will ventilate real well. This is also where the DC to DC charger is going to go. So all the electricals are going to be right here, the battery's right there. So all of our cable runs are nice and short. This was the old cabinet right here that had 0 drawers. In the new one, we're going to have 4 drawers all down the front here. Get to Home Depot, one of my least favorite places to go on the weekend, and get some drawer slides. Oh, does that look like Beverly or what? Let's get a few of these. So I'm working on a box to hold all the drawers and the slides, all the hardware, and then I'll mount that in the kitchen cabinet. The reason I want to do that is I'm planning on running plumbing pipes up the side. I've got the sink over here. The drawers have been pre-constructed. I did that 2 days ago, and I've already got polyurethane sealer on most of them. I'll get all my lines marked of where I want the drawer slides, and I'll go place that cleat in place right there. Because this is a fairly small cabinet, I'm gonna nail and glue these on this side before I glue the whole thing together. Then I've got the divider panel top and bottom, but then it makes it real easy to do the slides because all you do is you just sit them down on the cleat and you flush them up to the front edge and you just screw them in. You don't have to worry about, once the cabinet's together, trying to get everything leveled up and everything, because this cabinet's going to be kind of tight. See, look at that. Isn't that neat? Ooh, she's going to love that. The drawers came out really nice. They're all nice and square. And then we'll do the false fronts on these. Built a base for the cabinet, and I was able to shim that and get that nice and level. I'm real happy with the water-based polyurethane. You can't even tell that I've sealed this until you touch it because it is so clear. The advantage is that there is no odor. Next week we'll have all the cabinets in the vehicle. We'll be getting ready to start the wiring and the plumbing. So we're wrapping up the bed platform, and it's come out really well. I've been real happy with it. It's a true multi-function device for the van. Primary purpose obviously is to hold the bed up, but it serves as the main storage area. We've got a large pull-out drawer that we access from outside, and this has got some shelving area over there to store the camp tables, chairs, things like that. We've also got the closed storage and 2 pull-out drawers in the front, and then it also serves to hold the water and electrical system. So we've got the battery in the back right here, we've got the water tank, and we've created a plumbing and wiring chase right here that will be able to run all the plumbing and wiring, and we'll be able to keep it one place. We'll be able to strap it down, and then we'll be able to access it. We're going to lay one other piece of plywood down on the top here, glue that down, nail it. That will stiffen up the cabinet as well. And then we're going to have removable panels over the battery, the water, and then this plumbing chase. And I think that's going to be, long term, that'll be really nice to be able to work on the systems within the van without having to pull this cabinet out. I'm doing just a little bit of touch up today, cutting some access holes for wires, things like that, so that we can, you know, plug it into the van and then plug it into the kitchen cabinet. I'll add a few stiffeners on a couple of the panels where I'm going to have some removable access. I think Bev's going to be happy with it.
While I've been at the campground here in Missouri, Misty has been keeping me plenty busy, and there's lots and lots to do. I think she appreciates the help, and it's good for me to be here with her. I've been doing lots of mowing. We erected a teepee. If you haven't watched my last video, go back and check that out. It turned out really, really good. We had our first guests come and stay last weekend. They gave us a 10 out of 10 and said that it was the best Airbnb that they've ever stayed at, and they were impressed with all the little details that we thought of, and they'll be back. So that was good news. That was exciting. The next video that I do will be a full tour of the campground with all the updates and all the changes. And if you're interested in visiting the campground, I'll put links to each of our 5 unique stays in the video description, and also how to book the RV spots. So thank you for being here with me today. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for your kind words and your comments. I appreciate that. You keep watching and I'll keep posting content.